You got this power that people call God. There's many names for it. Allah, God, the Creator, the Most High. But the power exists. Some people, they don't like to admit that power exists, or they just don't believe it. They're atheists, you know what I mean? But me personally, I know there's a higher power, and you know, that power is real. That power is like, it's one force, right? It's one God force on this planet. And we are given free will to do what we want with that power. You could use that power for good, and then you could use that power for evil too. But there's only one power. So when people say the God and the devil, no, there's only one. But you could use that force for bad. That's what these people are playing with. They're playing with that energy that exists out here that we all have access to.
Prodigy, what's going on, man?
What up, kid?
Chilling, man.
Good to see you.
You know, you asked me to come up here and meet you. We're gonna have this talk. But where are we right now, man? Can you tell us where we're at? Can we say?
We actually in a home of a friend of mine, Cynthia. She does these immersive plays. I'm actually a part of one of them, and we're working on another one. But the original one that we worked on is called the Illuminati Ball. Okay. And we actually do it here in the house.
So we're in the Illuminati house?
Basically, yeah.
I want to take it all the way back to the beginning. 1995 was the first time I ever heard about the Illuminati. It was in the verse. You on LL Cool J's I Shot Your remix. And you said, Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body.
Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying to keep their eye on me.
I don't know if we all knew what you meant at the time. I know it started a trend where then every rapper started using Illuminati in their rhymes.
Yeah.
For you, when you first wrote that lyric, what was going on in your head? What was the message you were really trying to convey?
You know, I grew up in Long Island until I was like 12. And then I moved to Queens, I moved to Left Right. But in Long Island, they had the gods and the earths, you know, like the 5% Nation, the Nation of Islam. It's not the same thing, but affiliated in a way. It always like was intriguing to me because they was out there hustling and doing their thing, but at the same time, they had a lot of knowledge. Mm-hmm. I had a group of friends in school, and we were all interested in this information, and we were actually cut out of school to go to the library because we realized that school wasn't teaching us about the history of our culture and our people. I had bumped into some other books that these Muslim brothers used to sell on the streets. The author was Dr. Malachi Z. York. His books just opened my eyes even wider. Simple things like when you say amen after you pray, like where does that come from? Like the origin of the Bible, the origin of the Quran. And I came across the word Illuminati. I wanted to put what I was learning into the music, but I didn't want to turn the fans off. So I decided to like plant seeds. People not gonna understand what I'm talking about yet, but it's gonna make them curious.
About a year later, after this song comes out, Jay-Z drops his debut Reasonable Doubt, and on it he has a song called The Evils, produced by DJ Premier.
Right.
And they sample your line, Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body.
Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body.
God, I wonder, can you save me? I can't die, I can't die.
Yeah, this shit is wicked on.
And then from there, I mean, you name it. Everyone from Jay-Z to Kanye West, Drake, Meek Mill, Rick Ross, Kendrick Lamar. We're talking about Beyonce and Madonna has talked about the Illuminati in their lyrics.
Beyonce line was crazy too.
Y'all haters corny with that Illuminati mess.
'Cause I'm like, is she taking a shot? Or is she doing what I did? Like, you know what I mean? Just like putting it in there. I don't know. It's interesting to see her even say that in a song.
What is the Illuminati? Like, if you could break down what it is that we're actually talking about when we say Illuminati.
It's a group that was formed like in the 1700s, something like that, 1600s. This dude named Adam Weishaupt. He started this group of people, like powerful, rich people that basically could shape popular opinion and the way, you know, the world is gonna move forward. The word means like the illuminated ones. Light is like information. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you see the light now. I found out the origin of the information that they were teaching. It basically comes from this group called the Essenes in Egypt. These are like the original black culture. They're like the scholars, doctors, scientists, esoteric thinkers, and they just knew how to do stuff. Like, for example, look at the pyramids. Nobody understands how those pyramids were built. These are the people that had that knowledge. Eye of Horus, the pyramid, those are artifacts and things from black culture. They represent certain things of our people from ancient black history of Egypt. You know what I mean? Ancient Egypt. You got these group of people, they break into the tombs, they steal the riches like the gold and the mummies, and they rape and pillage our culture. Here they got you thinking your own people and your own artifacts and your own symbolism is evil.
You know, it's funny, okay, we talked about this journey that started 20 years ago, even beyond that, because it goes back to when you were in high school and you were learning, but you first dropped the lyric 21 years ago. And you have a new album coming out where these themes start to come into play again. The Hegelian Dialectic is the name of the new album, the Hegelian Dialectic. Talk to me about this album.
It's basically like my magnum opus type of album. When I first dropped that seed, from that point on, I would keep dropping little seeds here and there, just building up to the point where we can have a full conversation about this. I didn't know when it was gonna happen. I didn't know what I was gonna call the project, but this has been playing since I was 19.
Definitely like a lot of information on this album and things that even on the surface, like, again, you know what I'm saying? I think people might approach No Religion and be like, oh, he used the Jay-Z sample.
Young niggas that blasphemy, no religion.
Young niggas that blasphemy, no religion.
And it's dope how it connects to the evils and connects to Illuminati.
Nah, that was like a straight shout out. Like, I love Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Even though we went through our little bullshit, whatever, that's...
Brotherhood of Elite Rappers.
Yeah, he's definitely one of them, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Word.
But you know, it's a deeper meaning as well. So you use that as the icing on the cake of,
Right.
There's a whole thing under that of what
yeah.
you're trying to say. And I think throughout this album, man. But I definitely appreciate you for your time and the information and the clarity.
Shit, thank you, man, for even wanting to do this. Like, you know,
Nah, of
people
course.
need to know this story.